Reporting for Newsreel, I'm Dr. Anthony Harper to talk about my first experience asking a spiritual question at the White House. Now, this was July 18th, 2012, and this during the time of the Obama administration, and Obama's press secretary, Jay Carney, was there to field questions for Obama's Secretary of Agriculture, Tom Vilsack. This was a very special day for me, high tension in the midst of what Secretary of Agriculture Tom Vilsack was talking about, a serious drought in our nation, having problems with getting the Congress to cooperate and provide relief to the farmers, providing the so important aid that they needed during that time. Now, about a year ago, before that incident, Governor Perry of Texas had a really big turnout for a time of prayer and fasting and repentance during these national disasters. So I asked Secretary of Agriculture Tom Vilsack what his response would be to Governor Perry, who had a time of prayer and fasting in these national disasters, and the Secretary of Agriculture, Tom Vilsack, responded, if I could, I would do a rain dance if I thought that would help as far as bring rain. And he said he got down on his knees every night and prayed. Now, this really triggered an emotional response from the American Atheist group that complained to the White House about Secretary of Agriculture's comments and my question about prayer. They were very upset about this. Now, in context, talking about the serious need of rain, I walk away from the White House just about 2 hours after my question, and the lightning streak goes across the sky, and a serious downpour of rain for 2.5 hours, not only in Washington, D.C., but New York City as well. You might say that was a very electrifying experience, and I got drenched in rain that day, July 18th, 2012, a very special day, and I really felt that God was listening to my prayer of this first spiritual question. Now, this is one of many questions that I've been able to ask that is spiritual in nature. This was a very significant situation for me. The first time I was really a fan of a lot of reporters there, patted me on the back, were very happy because they got a sound bite from the Secretary of Agriculture saying he would do a rain dance if he thought that would help. And this went viral on Yahoo News and many other news outlets. You can check it out online. There's a news article about my question on prayer, and that is in WorldNet Daily magazine. So you can see that. There's actually a video on WorldNet Daily's website about my question. And this was a powerful, very unique experience for me to have. Now, in context, I mentioned having a lot of other spiritual-based questions. I've often been bringing up at the White House about President Lincoln's solutions for America, found in repentance. In the middle of the Civil War for President Lincoln, he said something very telling, that America is a nation that has forgotten God. We have become too proud and too arrogant, too self-reliant, too proud to pray to the one that has created us. And he said, we've been intoxicated with unbroken success, too proud to pray to the one that has made us. And he quoted from Psalms 33:12, blessed only are those nations whose God is the Lord. So I'm going to share my special question, getting called on by the Secretary of Agriculture, Tom Vilsack about my prayer question.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, I'm Dr. Harper, the Interbound Christian News, and Governor Perry last year had this National Day of Prayer and Fast, and he was encouraging people to pray and fast for these national disasters. Do you have anything to do with that?
Well, I can only speak for myself. I get on my knees every day, and I'm saying an extra prayer now. If I had a rain prayer or rain dance I could do, I would do it. But honestly, right now, the focus needs to be on working with Congress. They have the capacity to help these producers by creating greater flexibility in the programs, providing us some direction in terms of whether disaster assistance can be revived. Those are the kinds of things we're focused on.
Now, there are going to be many other spiritual-based questions hopefully asked at the White House that will honor the Lord.